That check second to 10.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready?
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go! Ready? Blue 80. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Check 9, check 9. Check 24, check 24. 25, check 25. Easy.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying...
Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. The 30. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
The pass rush specialist, D. Ford, in on the stop. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Hey, 4 down.
Now Gurley. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
That result, really no surprise. That's what we're becoming accustomed to with this #1 ranked rush defense.
And you study the game. Does this bring back a few memories? Maybe the 85 Bears trying to move the ball against them, 2000 Ravens. Heck, how about the late 60s, early 70s Purple People Eaters, the Minnesota Vikings? Hard to move the ball against those types of teams.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll bring up 4th down. And the 13-year man puts it through. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, Winston. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. On third down, Winston. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
From the 41, Winston. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 39.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Winston. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
3rd and short yardage, Winston. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will tie us at 3-3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Operating from the gun, McDonald. Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. Gronkowski, the intended receiver. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time able to get 3. That's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Winston. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Watch Mike. Hey, they're scared.
Following the fumble recovery, Miller looking for the end zone. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Squeeze, double.
Throwing again. McDonald setting up the screen for Miller. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's third down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. This is caught. Gronkowski. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. From 19 yards away. And the Falcons have taken the lead.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
We got this. The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 there and a New Orleans first down.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
On 2nd and 12, Winston. He gets it to Thomas. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Let's face it, the focus is going to be, at the end of this play, on the big-time game, right? He lined up on the left and worked his way all the way to the right before the perfect pass found him. But how about the offensive line and the protection to give him enough time to work his way all the way across the field?
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 17 there and a New Orleans first down. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. On the ground, Kamara. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they're bringing your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance. Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. That they need him late in the game. His confidence should be sky high.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the gun, McDonald. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Swearinger. Gronkowski, the intended target.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
On the counter, here's Kamara. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Second and 12. At the 30-yard line.
What? What it do? 30. Check 43. What we got? What we got? What we got? Let's go. Come.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. On 2nd and 12, Winston. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Trying to lay it. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He completes it to Julio Jones. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. That catch, number 750 of his NFL career, and it puts him even with not just 1 but 2 Hall of Famers, Michael Irvin and Charlie Joyner. So some pretty good company at 750.
Yeah, you talk about the playmaker, Michael Irvin, and the guy who just made plays, Charlie Joyner. And that's what we're seeing here. Similar style in terms of being dependable, being open, and turning it into plays that you remember.
14 yards there and a Falcon first down. Back to throw. McDonald. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
We own it. We own it. Hey, Haywood. Mike 52. I'm here all day.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McDonald. He goes full extension, and he's got it. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
Ready. The mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic. Hey, watch the slant. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Throwing on first down. McDonald. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And he will take it out to the 25-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is what...
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 23. Thomas, the intended target. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 30. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
He's going to let it go again. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one, much more like lead.
On second down, Winston again. And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Winston now just 7 of 16 passing thus far, but he's got a 1st and 10.
Check, check. First down. Easy. Flip. Let's go.
Working out of the gun, Winston. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To the air again with Winston. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This from 54 yards away. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This from 54 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway.
Let's go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. To throw on second down. McDonald buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. On first down, it's Gurley. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Back to throw now on second and 10. Caught by Jones. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 36 yards on the play. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And stepped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Go now, 18 gamer. Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. From the 2 now, second and goal. Second and 2. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons push further out in front. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Looking to throw. McDonald. And he is not going to be able to break free as they wrap him up right at the line of scrimmage. And the try for 2 is going to come up empty. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. On first and 10, Winston. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. To throw once more on second and 10. Winston, the Sanders has got it complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. From Falcon territory now, here's first and 10 at the 47. Kamara trying the right side. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On 2nd and 11 now. Winston, but that's complete to Sanders. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 37.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Kamara. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off around the 27, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern.
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 33. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On 2nd and 11 now. Winston eluding the pressure right. It's caught by Sanders. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
And mark him down all the way inside the Atlanta 20. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Winston now to throw on 1st down. This is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jared Cook. His first touchdown on the year, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback. You got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. Hasn't had his best game running the football here tonight, but, hey, that's a critical spot right there to convert on 3rd down, and he did it.
And the lights are shining just a little bit brighter right now, aren't they? You remember the beginning of the game? If he gets this first down, everybody's happy. That's cool. But here, that was critical, and it really energizes him.
A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. 2 division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. McDonald nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Hendrickson in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Here we go.
Second and 15. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. McDonald. And this is caught. It's pulled in by Gronkowski. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. Back to the ground game here. Gurley. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I'm going back to you.
From the gun, McDonald. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Kamara. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning.
They're not ready for this. Easy. They still playing soft.
4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game.
Shift. Get ready.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Watch safety creep. Check 26.
Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards there, good for a Saints 1st down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. The busy night continues for Kamara. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Crunch time, defense. Out.
Running with Kamara. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go, D. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. He's coming. Double up. Easy. Hatchet.
They'll run. This is Kamara. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult third down call now.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10.
Watch the screen. Check 31. Hey, 5-0. Watch the twitch. Easy.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
They're going to try and run. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points. And that helps. That gives him a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. 1 possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. Yes, it was a touchdown, and not just a TD, but how about a long touchdown that puts them in a great position now.
And now just an extra point away from tying this thing. A very important extra point there, up and good, and we may very well be headed to overtime. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a first throw here in overtime. Forced out to his left. And he's going to keep it here. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
70, Indy, 164,
on second down, here's Miller. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. Again, it's Miller. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
Let's go, let's go!
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
Let's get it.
Right back to him on first down. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And the Falcons going to use another timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime.
Under 10. Even. 10. Sponge. No. Even. Motion. Wait,
What can Winston do in the OT now? And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, so we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that'll make it 2nd and short. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time. And with just 9 seconds left in overtime, we get whistles and a timeout.
You ready? 26 Mike. I don't think you got it, sir. Hey, exit.
On 3rd down, McDonald. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down. On 4th down, McDonald. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, how about this? The very, very rare tie that we